My name is Rahul, and that's my co-host.
Hi.
Please don't make that voice. I'll come and beat you up.
Wait, I'm putting on a character, right? So don't disturb me. So, hi guys, this is not Batman.
The discussion I wanted to have today, I was watching this video called "Why Capitalists Don't Want to Steal Your Private Property" or some shit like that, right? So let's have a discussion on capitalism and why it's stupid, or like why it's an old ideology which has more better, newer versions. Yeah,
As a person who works in Bruce Enterprises or Bruce Wayne Enterprises, I think I should be pro-capitalist here. But let us just listen to this guy's argument and then
yeah.
say how wrong he is, how good capitalism
So,
is, how good capitalism has
yeah, I mean, I
make.
mean, I'm not an intellectual like my friend Batman there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Batman.
like for all of the audience that have joined in right now, uh, what is the manifesto, right? Like,
We shouldn't we start with a good introduction first?
no, I think this is a good introduction.
Okay.
Yeah, we have Bruce Wayne with us. I think he does the job well enough, right? So no,
Thank
but
you.
like to be
Oh
honest,
shit!
we just saw
We
the
can
real
do this.
Batman.
We can do this. Wait, how did it happen then? Okay,
Yeah,
no matter.
if you
Doesn't
cover
matter.
your nose, the algorithm will not be able to detect it, right? So before
Ah,
we
I'm
before we,
Batman.
if you keep doing that, I will stop the recording and run away.
Sorry.
So, so, so no. On a serious note, right? So,
Yeah.
people have like so there are two camps, and I'm in neither. There is one capitalist camp who's about all about like communism is stupid and crap, and like all of it's what it says. There is nothing to be learned and things like that. And then there is a capitalist camp. So I was looking at this video particularly,
Uh,
and so there is this fear that capitalist mongering does, where they are like, "Oh, communism will steal all your private property." Right? The manifesto says there will be no private property. And
yeah.
when I speak to capitalists, or like when I see videos about, when I speak to communists, and when I see videos about communist propaganda per se,
Not
and they
propaganda.
okay, but whatever.
Yeah.
When I hear people who have read much about it, right? What they tell me is that they're not going to really come into your house and steal your cycle and stuff like that.
No, that's not like that. Okay, so before you get into that, where the private property is not stolen or not taken, it is just abolished, right? So why are they doing that? Okay, so it is basically very small concept to be understood. Okay, so in history,
Hmm.
no matter when you look at or where you look at, according to the people who support socialism and communism, there are two
Right.
types of people. Okay, one, those who have things, and second, those who don't have things. Correct, the haves and have nots.
Hmm.
So it can either be property or money or anything else, business, whatever.
Hmm.
So what happens is, when is the fight starting? Okay, you take any issue in the history. So why did the French Revolution start?
Hmm.
Because the aristocrats, the monarchy, they were using more money, and the
Basically,
poor
the,
people,
the difference in hierarchy was way too
it
much,
will
and
keep
it
on
stabilized.
wide. It will
It
keep on
stabilized.
widening. It
Yeah,
will
yeah.
not stabilize. So
So
they
I'm saying
said,
I'm saying
yeah,
revolution is trying to bring it back, and then it
yeah,
climbs up again, and you
yeah,
have
yes,
these cycles
exactly.
of yeah.
So the reason why there is a distinction between these two is because they have something. What if none of us have that? And what if everybody have that? You
Mhm.
got the idea,
Yeah,
right?
I
Everybody
mean,
has that.
I
So
get the
that is
principle,
why,
right?
yes, like you said, but I don't want to go deeper into it. But yes, private property were forcefully taken to implement communism. So
Right,
you are right to an
right.
extent. Yeah,
Forcefully
let's
taken.
just,
Let's
yeah.
let's let's go into that, right? So
Yeah.
I was looking at this example, pretty good example,
I
right?
look so weird.
I know, I know you do. But then let's look at this good example. So someone was
Yeah.
saying ki, assume you're running a farm, right?
Okay.
You have a farm, you're running a farm, and a lot of laborers do the work of the farm, and then one city boy comes in, who's the owner of the farm, which is private property, right?
Yeah.
It's his private property. He's trying to get capital. He's trying to get gains from it because of capitalism, because there is a hierarchy in the system, stuff like that, right? And
Capitalism doesn't. I don't think hierarchy has anything to do with.
hierarchy is inherent in capitalism, right? You cannot have a capitalistic
Well,
society
yeah,
without
because
hierarchy.
communism is classless society, capitalism has hierarchy. Like that, yes, there are
Yeah,
rich
you
people.
cannot
Yes,
have
correct,
capitalism
correct.
without hierarchy.
Hierarchy is not
No,
particularly
yeah, exactly. It's not the other way
because
around.
even socialism the
Hierarchy.
hierarchy, right?
Yeah,
There is a
yeah,
leader, there is a
yeah,
dictator.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Let's not go into dictatorship, and let's take idealistic examples, right? I implement.
what communism or socialism says is that first you take the power from the ruling class, and then a dictator should society, socialistic society, and the dictator should step down. So the
Yeah. So
dictatorship is a transition phase in whatever
no,
we
no,
are talking about.
let's not do that. So what I'm trying to say
Yeah,
is,
okay.
in this very simple example, right? So you have farms. So
Yeah.
instead of the owner of the farm being there, all of the
Yeah.
people working will get
Yeah.
the dividends, similar to how a publicly
They don't
traded
get
company.
the dividend.
No,
They get the
dividend in the sense,
salary.
no, they don't get salary. They are owners now because they do their
Oh,
work.
so
They,
the workers are
example,
owners here.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm taking an example, right? In the
Yeah.
sense
Got
you
it.
divide. So for example, a guy does 50 rows of planting, he should get the worth for 50 rows of planting,
No,
and someone
not
who
like
does
that.
not, no.
Everybody in socialism or communism, everybody gets paid equally. It doesn't matter if you do the best
Okay,
work or you do
fine,
the worst work.
fine.
Yeah.
Let's even take that. Let's take the most idealistic example, right? Now, and people say if this is implemented, you have the worth of your own wages and stuff like that. Whatever you work for, essentially, you are getting like society benefits as a whole. It's more humane, right?
Correct. Yeah.
There is a problem I have with this. Let's take another
Yeah.
example because
Of
everyone
course,
takes this
everyone
one.
has a problem with that. That's why there is no socialistic society state in the
There is
world.
no stable socialistic society, first of
Yeah.
all. If it was a great idea, people would have implemented it.
Well, I have an idea. I have a dream where I'm going to implement a socialistic society soon. But other than that, there is nothing perfect right now.
Here is my problem, right? Now, the problem with food deliveries or almost any services we use, like Facebook and stuff like that, right? They
Yeah.
do not work without scale. You cannot really have Facebook
Definitely.
running for Bangalore and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So now in this world, you will not have any kind of peer-to-peer delivery services. You know why? Because how will you pay everyone money? Because there is no way to make money in such systems. So you will never
No,
have
we
Facebook.
can make
How?
money in socialism. Why not?
How? No, I'm saying
So
I'm not saying ki normal industries won't work. I'm saying most of the things that you use today will not exist in this society because you
no,
don't
no,
understand what capitalists take.
that has nothing to do with the principles of communism or
But it
socialism.
does, it
Whatever
does, it
exists
does,
today, no,
it does, it does. I'll tell you.
indirectly it does, directly it
I'll tell
does.
you. I'll tell you. What I'm trying to say
Yeah,
is, in a
yeah,
capitalistic world,
okay,
the reason all of this came into picture is because business owners are taking a huge risk instead of the people who are
yeah,
working, right? That's why they take a
exactly.
premium. You think for example, people have an issue that the owner of these companies, right, the delivery companies, make a lot of
Yeah,
money in salary mostly, right? Because they are CEOs and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, why
yeah.
is he making so much money and why is he taking all of the profits away, right? Most of these
Nobody
companies don't
says
have
that
profits.
because
No, no,
they are giving the
I'm just
brains
saying,
and
I'm
the
just
skill.
saying, they
Yeah.
are capitalist pigs are taking money away that is supposed to be equally divided among people.
No, not that argument per se why people hate capitalism. I'm not somebody who hates capitalism or socialism. I'm neutral in this.
Same,
Maybe
same,
slightly
same.
inclined to
I'm
capitalism,
talking about
but
it on an
yeah,
intellectual level.
see, the thing is why they think that is because capitalism or anything that is going to make profit, right? The company is started because there is a demand, and using the demand, you're going to make profit. That is
Right,
why a
right,
business is running.
right.
So now you see, in any business, let us take a school for example, okay, because it's simple for everybody to understand. The gardener doesn't make the same wage as the principal,
Right.
right? Why? Because of the skill that they have and the skill that they have acquired, even if they're not using it.
Exactly,
The principal doesn't go and teach everybody, but he
exactly.
knows he can. Yeah, so exactly.
Right. So, like, what I'm trying to get here at is communist or socialist society, right? You don't want people to have skills because
Nobody
inherently,
said that. You want
why?
people to have
Like,
skills. Why?
if they,
Because
no,
they
no.
want to send Sputnik in the space. They send Sputnik 1, 2,
So,
and
so
3.
that, that,
They
that,
had
that,
dogs there.
oh
They
yeah,
had all the
exactly,
stuff.
and
Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
like yeah, and how
like
all of the oligarchs have
Yuri
votes also,
Gagarin.
right? Yeah, let's not go there. Let's not go how all these socialistic societies are breaking down and in agony, and some
They broke
socialist
down long back.
exactly like see, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not so it's like this, right? It has good ideas, right? Homeopathy has good ideas, right?
Oh,
Wait, wait, wait,
I don't want
wait,
to
wait.
bring
No,
that here.
we'll not bring that here. What I'm
No,
trying
no.
to say is,
See, homeopathy is actually a hoax. Okay,
I no, no, no,
it
no,
doesn't
no,
have
no.
anything. But
I'll tell you,
socialism
I'll
is
tell you why it has
different
good ideas. I'll tell you why it has good ideas. Why homeopathy works. Like
because you
when
believe that
research,
it works.
yeah, obviously we have the
Placebo.
placebo effect. But
Yeah.
apart from that, why people believe it's better, like as a human connection is,
I
what
I
happens?
don't want to be rude
Wait, wait.
about people,
What
so
happens? What happens when you go to a doctor, right? He prescribes
yeah,
you, looks at your face,
yeah.
doesn't sometimes even listen to you, prescribes you something and goes away. You know what happens if you have ever gone to a homeopathic guy? The guy doesn't know shit, right? So he has to somehow guess his service is done, right? He'll be like, "Oh, is it? What problem happened? What happened yesterday?" So what people get hooked to is the human connection, which we can
Yeah.
inculcate into our current this. But no way, in any good sense of a sane society, we would bring that all across. Similarly, right?
Yeah.
Socialism has some good ideas, right? There should be people should have the right to live a decent life, right? and they should
Yeah,
have the means to live that decent life. So here is my alternative.
exactly.
Here is my alternative solution. Right? That's a problem that inherently brought socialism in. Whenever there was such a huge gap in the structure, social structures, there's a better solution to this, and people are
Yeah,
implementing this. And I don't know why it's not discussed online. That's what I want to get into. Have you heard about something called universal basic income?
yeah,
UBI, right? So
yeah.
for
I
anyone,
wish they give me that so that I can not do my job.
yeah, no, let's come into that. So
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. When you're talking about universal basic income, if you're implementing that in a capitalistic society, it is a socialistic principle that is coming. That is
yeah, I
that
don't
is the
mind.
whole
I don't.
thing.
I don't
Every
mind.
country in the
I don't mind.
world is a mixed economy,
Mixed,
man.
yes, it's a mixed structure. That's what.
Everybody follows that. India is a mixed
Exactly.
economy.
Yeah,
USA is a
exactly.
mixed
So
economy,
that's
and even China, for God's sake, I don't know why they call themselves communist country. They're freaking capitalists.
exactly my point. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fight with communists, saying ki you're stupid, which you are. But neither do I want to fight. Neither do I want to fight with extreme capitalists,
Yeah. I mean, there is okay. You tell me something. Tell me something.
who I won't call stupid, but they are. Okay. so no, what I'm trying to come at is there is a balance we can come at. So for example, regulations are not capitalistic, but I don't think anyone would say we should deregulate all medications and remove FDA,
I
right?
mean, we love
And run
FD.
and no and run a completely capitalistic world where people can pump out any drugs in the world.
So you tell me, do you have any completely capitalistic country in the world right now?
No,
Where?
no, it's not there.
Which? Oh, it's not there. It's not
That's
there.
what I'm trying
Uh,
to. That's what I
so
don't get.
what do
People,
you not get? It's
no
it's
people,
so
no, no.
it's so wide. It's clear in front of you.
Yeah,
Every
exactly.
country in
No,
the
no,
world is
no.
following
So
mixed economy.
make
So I
me.
don't understand.
Let me rephrase it. I'm saying communist. Oh my God, I'm confused. Right. So what I'm saying is people who follow communist ideologies or who believes that that is the right way to do everything, right? They are similar to people who believes olden concepts. See,
No,
I'm
man, no.
how?
Actually, see, this is because of the Western projection of socialism and communism. You show that the West is progressive, and even
No,
when you see
West
in the
itself
movies, when
has
you see
West
Russia,
is
the filter
West.
is so
No,
old
no,
school.
West
You may
West
feel
itself
like
West itself has socialistic ideologies and
exactly. Even
communist
Cuba
ideologies.
is.
Yep. So no, what I'm trying to get at is don't
What are you
fret too
not
much.
saying?
No, no, what I'm
And
trying to
who
get at.
is fretting? Who
Lot of people
is?
are fretting. Like a lot of intellectuals I speak to are fretting.
No,
Artsy people
look.
who are
It's
not
very
comfortable.
simple. Okay, you know what Buddha said? Follow the middle path. Simple.
Yeah, so no, what I want to highlight to all of the people who are supporters of communism or who
I
believe.
cannot find. I have never seen an ardent supporter of community. Okay,
Okay,
I
trust me, I
have.
have.
I
Trust me,
have. I
you have
have.
not
I'm
been in
sorry.
the
I'm
you have
sorry. I
not
forgot.
been in that intellectual circle. Trust me, there are.
You should have taken me in, man. You
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you
Yeah,
abandoned me for them.
yeah, so
Serves you right.
here is what I'm trying to tell to all of you, right? We are going to move to a world where automation is going to go high. Like many good jobs are going to lose,
We are
regardless of
already there. My
we are
hand is
already there,
automatically
but
moving.
it will go way higher quickly. And
Exactly.
the problem is capitalism cannot work in 100% automated society either. You know why? You don't have buyers if all of the work is done by robots, right?
Exactly.
So
Because
they
if there is no wage, people will not be able to afford.
afford it, and then
And,
companies
and, and
collapse.
but you know, if you move away from this conversation and just think about all the robots working and we don't have to do anything, and the concept of money can just vanish because robots are
Ex-
not going to ask for
So
wages and we can just have some basic income, sit back
exactly,
and relax.
that's what the concept of universal basic income is.
Yeah,
You
but then
have
you
you
cannot
have
implement it right now
no
because
it
they
but
need workforce.
it is getting implemented gradually because
A lot
automation
of
is not
countries
implemented yet.
actually give
Yeah,
unemployment allowance.
yeah,
I
but
wish they give that in India, but the entire GDP will be
yeah, no, we
consumed in
can't do
that.
it right now. We can't do it right now.
Yeah,
We are extremely labor focused and we cannot really high taxate companies that are automated.
that's correct. If you give money to all the people, inflation is going to shoot up.
Yeah, obviously.
It's less.
So the problem is now people come with universal basic income and inflation. Not
Yeah,
necessarily. Now, if you generate money out of random is when inflation comes into picture. Here
yeah,
is the idea,
true.
and it's not my idea, and it's something that I've read,
Let
obviously.
me note it down.
So, as companies increase automation percentage, right,
Uh,
their taxation goes up. Like automation percentage is tied to taxation.
No,
So
I
huge
don't think that
taxation.
is fair,
No,
because
it
then
is fair.
companies who
I'll
are
tell you.
good at
I'll tell you it is fair.
inventing stuff,
No,
they'll
no,
be
I'll tell
taxed
you.
more for
No,
invention.
no, you don't get it. They will still make a lot of money because if they don't allow this, capitalism will collapse anyway, right?
No,
They will
I
reach
don't believe
100%
in that.
automation.
I
No,
believe in a strong labor force that can back up capitalism anytime, any day.
so that's what I'm trying to say. What is going to happen in the next 300 to 400 years, in my opinion?
I'm certainly not going to be alive to see
Yeah,
that.
but still, and
Yeah.
people should not fret about this. What will happen is governments will come in place, right? They will highly taxate companies because, and they will agree to this also because they want money to be distributed. See, the difference in universal basic income is if it's coming from tax, okay, you get a universal basic income because your country is highly automated, okay, and
So why is everything related to automation
okay,
suddenly? Because, are
automation.
we talking about automation
No, we are
suddenly?
not talking
Or
about it.
yeah,
We are not talking about automation. The problem
yeah,
is, see, communism
yeah.
came into picture when there was so much difference of treatment between labor and the higher class. What I'm trying to say is labor is going to vanish altogether. That is what
I'm
people don't
sad.
seem to understand. Only very high technical jobs will remain. Okay,
I
automation will
don't
go
think
ahead.
so, man. I don't think so. Listen, well, that is too utopian. Maybe, yeah, it is going to happen, but not in the next 300, 400 years. Maybe like another 5, 600 years.
Says this will happen gradually. So
Yeah,
there's
so
no
we cannot
there's
brace ourselves for that right now.
no, no,
See,
yeah,
listen to
exactly.
this. Okay. Yeah.
So for no, so exactly, this is my manifesto to all of the communists out there. Shut the fuck up, right? It's
Dude,
gonna fix itself.
listen. Okay, listen. First of all, okay. First of all, I don't know why you hate communists and socialists. I'll tell you something. It is universally accepted that socialism doesn't work, communism doesn't work, and that is why everybody has
It is
shifted to
not universally
capitalism.
accepted. See, you don't get it. You don't get it. The subculture comes from a very simple reason. I don't want
No,
to point.
it is like you said. It is people who support homeopathy and ritual stuff. Maybe like that. We just have to say yes to them and dismiss so that you don't have to argue with them again and again, because anyway they are not going to
Yeah,
accept
no,
that.
no, but this is my manifesto to them. Shut the fuck up, right? It
Yeah.
will fix itself. So, for example, just like I tell climate change advocate, shut the fuck up. Technology will
Why?
fix it. I'll tell you why.
Why?
I'll tell you why.
Climate change is
I'll tell you why. I'll
happening.
tell you why. Do you think? Do you think? Okay. When the Black Plague was happening, when people were throwing shit out of their buckets and stuff like that, the people crying in the churches, "Oh my God, save me!" were the one who fixed it. No, science did. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so you
This
think
is
that we should not believe in climate change because it's not
no,
there,
no,
or
no,
are
no,
you
no,
believing
no,
that science
no.
will fix it?
No, I'm saying the only solution to climate change, which is reasonable and not something like let's break down all countries or I'm a 14-year-old and I have the intelligence to fix climate.
No,
Oh my God.
I don't want to shame anybody. I
No,
give my strong moral
see,
support
okay,
to
if
whoever that person
okay,
is.
okay, if you are interpreting or interpolating who that is, that
No,
is
I'm
not my
not.
problem. That is just a 14-year-old running around with a piece of paper saying,
Chill,
"Oh,
dude.
stop
Chill.
climate change."
At least
Okay,
somebody is
no, no,
concerned about
no, no,
climate change.
no, no, no.
When I
I'll tell
was
you, I'll
14,
tell you.
all I was doing is I was throwing sand at my own head and seeing if I can
Exactly,
remove it
and
back.
you did become an engineer. You could have
Uh,
potentially invented nuclear fission, which
Time
would have solved
travel.
the problem. Nuclear fission, which would have solved the problem
Nuclear
altogether.
fission is already there.
Fusion.
Fusion is also already there. It's happening.
It's
They
happening.
will
No, it's
yeah,
happening. It's happening.
yeah.
It's happening. So that's what I'm saying. Is she a scientist? No, shut the fuck up. That is my manifesto theory. Like, if you're not fixing the problem, shut the fuck up. Right? So for I believe that climate change is a serious problem. You know what I do? You see that
Ah,
bike? I cycle to
yeah,
work every day. It's a personal choice. I do not
yeah.
believe you telling companies to break everything and like make everything eco-friendly is gonna work.
Okay, you know what? Just because we were talking about contributing to against climate change by cycling to work every day, I want to add something. Meat production, it causes a lot of global warming. So shall we all turn into vegans?
No, I have exactly. Science has a solution to all of this. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so
I'm
again,
just fucking
we go
with
to the
you.
example of medieval times. All of these men and women dancing around, wearing big mask, and be like, "Oh my God,
That is
save
ancient
bacteria.
times.
No,
That's ancient times.
right?
Yeah.
This is how advocates right now come and speak, and like the pseudo intellectual,
Well,
what do you say?
man, yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
you know
I
what I'm
mean, I
trying to
can
do.
take an example of the vegan teacher. Okay, so a few days ago, I was on Omegle, so
Okay.
I was really bored, so I put the tag veganism. Okay, so somebody joined, and we were talking about veganism for a long time. You know, trust me, we talked for more than 50 minutes, and suddenly I was like, you know what? I don't have any problem with people who are vegans, but I have problem with people who advocate in a very very wrong manner. Example, vegan teacher. That vegan teacher. I don't know if you know her. You can just Google it and see one of her videos. You can
Okay.
do that right now and share the screen also if you want to.
No, no, I mean
So
we'll not get
yeah,
into that.
so she is like you said, dance drowned here, you know, gaslight people and all that, and that is how
Yeah,
you are
exactly.
advocating
That's
veganism.
it.
People are gonna hate you.
Yeah, exactly.
People
That's
are going to
exactly.
hate you. People will hate the idea of
And
veganism
and
also.
and and okay, you know what you should do? If you
Yeah.
think meat is bad for the world, shut the fuck up and fix the problem. You know how you fix the problem? Not by dancing semi-naked and eating plants, which is not what we do. Okay, let me be honest.
Lab
Fishes
grown
eat
meat is a
no
solution. Yeah.
fishes. The food you feed to bloody fishes in your tank is not vegan food. Okay, it is shrimp. So
Wow.
and there are, let's not get into
Your
all
your
of the.
background just changed color and
Oh,
it's
really?
really offsetting.
Okay, I don't know what happened. But
It's
anyway, so
offsetting.
what I'm trying to say is, right?
It's burning my eyes.
No, no, what I'm trying to say is,
Change it.
what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say is, if you want to fix this problem, it's very
Okay.
simple, right? And it's already been fixed. People are making meat in lab. No
Yeah, lab
problem.
grown meat.
No fucking cows farting. That was your problem, right? So that's what I'm saying. Are you a scientist? Do you have a PhD? Shut the fuck up. Go
No,
back.
I mean those who advocate veganism, I do sometimes accept their points because they are artificially inseminated and they don't have the natural birth
See,
cycle. That is wrong. Yeah.
I get the humane point. But
Oh,
what
so
I'm
like
trying to
this.
say is, what I'm trying to say is, see, I get the humane point.
Yeah.
I get the humane point. I am
Okay.
someone who has animals, right? I have pets. I get it.
You have
Okay.
fishes. You
I
don't
have
milk your fishes.
no, but yeah, exactly.
You
No,
don't.
I have empathy. I have empathy.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is the way to fix the problem is to not stop everyone from eating meat, which very clearly is
This is
not really
very
good for
wrong
you.
because it's not your
You
choice
cannot get
to
equal.
take somebody's
No,
choice away.
you cannot get equal amount of protein just by eating veg anyway. Okay,
That is true.
it is hard. I'm not saying it's impossible. Don't come in the comments and be like, "Ooh, I eat this much kilos of beans every day." Shut the
Dude,
fuck up. Okay,
again, I'm gonna
you're
give you
pro-based.
answer.
Yeah.
Follow the middle path. Buddhism.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can
Yeah.
cut down on meat. Good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Until they find a better solution, cut down on your meat. If you're having it every day, maybe don't have it every day. It's not really good for you. Right?
I mean, see, I mean, okay, I don't even have a problems with vegans as much as people who prefer free range birds and animals because they are freely left to walk and they are not
Yeah.
harmed. At the end, you are chopping them and you are eating them.
Again.
What difference does it
Here
make?
is my problem. So if cow
Yeah.
farting is the problem, we should all eat the cows and then stop eating cows, right? Releasing them will not stop them from farting. So I don't know what that is about.
Dude, I don't even agree with anything that you say after the capitalism discussion ended, but you know, you're fun, so I'm just gonna listen to you.
But
I want to mark your running here. This guy doesn't support anything that is being said in the video.
but yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is I hate extremist beliefs. That's all. You can,
Again, Buddhism, middle path.
yes, just calm down. Like, do your own shit. Don't go out with a microphone to fix global warming. It's not gonna help. Or
Yeah,
fix
exactly.
or propagate your vegan beliefs to other
You know,
people.
man, to be honest, I'm telling you, democracy allows that you can come to the roads and protest, but coming to the roads and protesting about climate change will not solve it. You know, the governments already know that it's happening. Why do you have to keep coming again and again and
And do
shout?
you think do you think people are stupid enough to not realize that their houses are getting burned down because of forest fires? People, the
Exactly.
impact of climate change is very real, and it will
Yeah.
start getting real. So instead of going with your microphone, get a PhD in physics and fix the problem.
Yeah.
Do
And
not
then
waste
ask
my.
them, how dare you?
How dare you do what?
Dude, you haven't listened to her speech or what?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're 14-year old.
Oh yeah, wow. I have just downgraded
I
from
think we just
4K.
lost the connection.
I just
I
down
can't see you, bro.
I have
Can't
down
see you.
I have
Can't hear
downgraded
you.
I
Something is
downgraded.
wrong with you.
No, I can hear you. Yeah, I've just downgraded from 4K to 0K. Hi. Oh wow. I have no clue what you're doing. But yeah, that was my brief rant on everything.
I can't hear you. If you're saying something, stop saying stuff.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but okay. Stop saying stuff. Cool. I think that is the end of my rant with Batman as my co-host, who is not, who does not look like Batman anymore, who is glitching out of existence.